Hey guys, it's Krishantiw with Krishantiw.com talking about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And something I've been thinking about, and actually really recently, but for a few years now, is in the psychic realm, the difference between telepathy, which is where you're just reading another person's energy or their mind or what they're presenting, and being truly psychic is like the difference between those two things. And it's very fascinating because they are different. And yes, you can read another person's mind. I think a lot of us are hesitant about that whole thing because it's such an invasion of privacy. If someone's able to read your mind without your permission, and as an intuitive myself, I don't want to read anyone's minds. I don't care to know what other people are thinking. It's not my business. And I would hope if you're learning to do this, you have that same kind of feeling. And it's enough to just work with people one-on-one in the readings and sessions. Like we need to be able to turn it off when we're not in that kind of psychic mode so we can live a normal life. But when you're in a session with somebody, and let's say you're doing a clairvoyant reading, which is something I teach and I have courses on and teach people one-on-one too. When you're doing that clairvoyant kind of setup, which is basically, when I say clairvoyant, it's not just being clairvoyant with your third eye, it's following the methodology taught in clairvoyant schools. When you're doing that, you're following a certain way that helps you get into the information. And when you're being clairvoyant, with enough practice, when you're following that training and that methodology, you're able to kind of put the person you're reading like aside and just look at the energy and the information. Because what can happen when you're being intuitive with someone or being psychic with someone, their energy can be so strong that they can sway the outcome of their reading. Case in point, when I used to do card readings, which I don't anymore professionally, I would have people pull cards. I would let them touch my cards and pull their own cards for things. And oftentimes when something was really charged, as it often is, they would pull a deck of cards and I'd be like, no, this is exactly like what you're asking. Like your energy is so strong that you pulled all the cards relating to like what you're thinking. So I would make them put the cards back. I would shuffle again and then have them calm their mind and make their minds empty and then pull the cards. And you'd get a completely different spread based on that. So if you're in a reading and you have to instruct that person to be neutral and everything, because if they're not, you'll end up just reading their mind or telling them, like they can be so strong that they want to influence the outcome, and then you'll inadvertently read that and then give them that information. Versus like, again, that having them be neutral, pushing their energy to the side, and then just looking at the intuitive and psychic information as it presents itself. That's how you're being truly clairvoyant versus mind reading. And I've done some work with a healer who does energy healings of the physical body, and he's really good, very, very good at it. And a friend of mine did readings or healings with him too. And then she would say, I just got my reading. It was so great. And I'm like, well, but he's not a reader. He's doing healings. And I'd remind her that. But then after I had some more sessions with him, I was like, it really does feel like a reading when I'm with him on the phone, because we talk as he's generating the energy. And I noticed that he is naturally good at mind reading. Which again, it's like, it kind of makes one squeamish because you don't have any, not that I have anything to hide, but just that someone could go in there and read my thoughts and my mind is kind of like, whoa, I have no privacy. I mean, we don't have privacy anyway as human beings, but with government and everything, but still, it's like, whoa. And then I started to think like, well, he's reading my mind. And then you could easily assume that because of this, he's also providing like psychic information, but he's not. He's maybe the energy that he generates activates his natural telepathic abilities, telepathing my thoughts and my energy, but he's not giving an intuitive, like kind of psychic reading. So again, that comes back to if he was doing a reading, he would be putting me out of the way and just reading the energy, like reading my energy and putting it into the energy of different situations, maybe reading the energy of other people. And then all of that comprises like an intuitive sort of psychic reading versus, again, that telepathing. Now, if you're wondering how that information sounds or feels, everyone is different, but I can tell you personally, a few times when I clearly heard what someone else was thinking, and it was funny. One time, although I try not to be super psychic when I'm not doing readings, I try to just be normal. I was at the nail salon once, and a girl liked the color that I had on my nails. I like this color I have right now too. It's fall right now, so I thought a nice fall color. But anyway, I had a color, and she's sitting next to me, and I heard this really loud. I heard her say in her mind, she goes, "Oh, that's a pretty color." And I was like, "What? Did I hear that? Like, that's so cool." It was so loud, but she didn't say it out loud. And then like, did I even hear that? And then she said it. She's like, "I love that color. What's the name of it?" And then she got that color. So that was fun. So it can sound like that. And I have friends who say the same thing, like when they're in readings, you will hear the person, almost like the person talking or saying like, "I don't like this," or "I've been unhappy with that," or "I can't stand this any longer," that kind of thing. The other instance that happens to me a lot with telepathy, which I practiced actually when my son was little, was trying it out with him when he was able to talk. And the funniest and most fun thing was if I think of something that he really likes, like when we're driving or something, and I'll think like, "Oh, wouldn't an ice cream go and be great right now?" And I think it, I'm like, "Oh, ice cream." He'll say it, be like, "I want an ice cream," Actually, it happens more often than that. It happens quite a bit. Like he'll pick up on a thought and just say it, or I'll know what he's kind of wanting and voice it. That's more of kind of actually commonplace if you are intuitive and you live with people. You pick up like the things they're thinking about and pretty strongly too. And then you'll say the same things all the time. It's very, very natural. And how you can use that telepathy to your benefit is if you are concerned about someone's well-being and you want to help, you can just kind of, you can ask intuitively and telepathically. You can be like, "Well, what do they need right now?" Now, if you wanted to actually then do a reading or something, then you would meditate, go into your psychic mode, and then look at the information from a different point of view. So for information on all that too, I have a meditation. It's a psychic setup meditation. I've got a program I created with my friend Deborah Katz called Activate Your Psychic Superpowers, which is based on her book, You Are Psychic, The Art of Clairvoyant Reading and Healing. So you can check that out too. And I think that's about all that I wanted to say about all of this today. So thank you for watching. And I guess that's it. Okay, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.